Alright, so a couple days ago, it was announced that the next Tales of game to get a remaster is Tales of Beseria. And I know what you're thinking, why would they remaster Tales of Beseria when, sure, the game is old, it's been out for like 9 years, but out of all the games they could remaster, why would they do Beseria when it looks fine in like 2025? And I wholeheartedly agree because Tales of Beseria looks fine. I genuinely do not know why they decided to quote unquote remaster it. And it's not like they're doing this so that way Tales of Beseria can be on like other consoles to where, as far as I can tell, it was on the PS4. I know it was on the PS4 because I had it when it was on PS4. Pretty sure it was on Xbox. So and it was already on Steam. So I don't know. Like it's not like a Tales of Exilia thing to where basically they're remastering that game so that way more people can play it. It's not stuck on a console. So I don't know why they decided to remaster it. And once I show you like the differences that they're doing with the quote unquote remaster, it really doesn't make any sense because like it doesn't look that different. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, because I woke up and I saw this and I was like, okay, why are they remastering Beseria? The only way it could make sense if they're remastering Beseria was if they were going to add like new dungeons and stuff. But no, as far as we can tell, they're not adding nothing new. So basically, they're just doing nothing with the remaster. Like, you guys could put that towards a game that like deserves to be remastered so more people can play it, like Tales of the Abyss. That's the one that everybody wants. And quite frankly, I agree. I haven't played Tales of Abyss yet, but from what I can tell, a lot of people are saying that it's up there with like one of the best Tales of games. You could use that for like Tales of Zestiria because even though I'm not the biggest fan of Zestiria, I think if it got remastered, like it had more better graphics and stuff, I think it could be really good. I think a lot of the reasons why a lot of people, me included, don't like Zestiria that much is because Beseria came out shortly after it, and Zestiria and Beseria are related in a way to where certain things happen in Zestiria to where it'll make sense after you play Beseria. So, like, there's like a certain part of the game to where something happens and you're kind of confused on what's going on because you're like, I don't know how we got to point A to point B. But when you play Zestiria, it's like, oh, that makes sense. And it's a slog to go back because Beseria, it's not my favorite Tales of game in the world, right? Because I've played Zestiria. I played a very small amount of Symphonia, and apparently, so what people have said, I think they say like Symphonia, the X games, and I think Vesperia are up there with like the best ones. I can't say. I did like Vesperia a lot. The cast is really great, but yeah. So yeah, and just I think if they would have did that, more people would want to go play Vesperia, or not Vesperia, Zestiria, even though I'm pretty sure there are mods that just made the game run a little bit more better and stuff, but I think if they just would have put that towards that instead of Beseria, I think it would have went better because I think the fan base is probably all gonna say like, bro, we don't need this remaster. You guys could have put this towards something else. Like, what they could have did is a Tales of game that a lot of people probably haven't heard of or played, Tales of Hearts, because that's only on the PS Vita, and the PS Vita wasn't the most highest selling thing ever, so a lot of people haven't played it, and I'm not one of them because I had Tales of Hearts, but I think I dropped it like near the end of it, kind of, sort of. It wasn't because it was bad or nothing. It was just because I got rid of my Vita because I think I wanted to buy another console. Biggest mistake in my life, but I was a little bit younger, and I'm thinking, oh man, I can easily find Vitas when I get older, and like now it's not hard to find Vitas, but they're just kind of pricey. Eventually, I will rebuy a Vita because I personally thought the Vita was really cool. It just sucks that at least mine died really fast. Like, it would die within like 2 hours. And I don't know if that's like a normal thing for Vitas to do or if it was just mine because I had my pre-owned or something. I'll never know. I guess whenever I buy a new one, hopefully it doesn't have that issue. But anyways, but yeah, they could have put Tales of Hearts on Steam and like newer consoles. Granted, I don't know if a lot of people would play it, but at least you would have another way to play it instead of being able to basically play it only on the Vita and on DS. And I know there's like a patch for the DS versions where you can play it in English, but that's not the point. They could do that. I think more people would have been like, oh, okay, cool, you know, this character looks cool and stuff, and you know, at least it's not something dumb like Tales of Beseria remaster. But yeah, let's see what people are saying about this on the official Tales of channel page and go from there. Alright, so here we are on the Tales of official Twitter account, and before we see the video, because I've already seen the video, there's something else I just thought about this while I was setting this up. Actually, you know, we'll check that out after this. Alright, anyways, alright, so here's the trailer. It's not gonna be
Peggy 16.
Why'd they change the name of this? What do you do? I wonder. Man, I wonder what the game's gonna be. Like, it being them changing it from like Jude to Velvet wouldn't explain what it was, but anyways. I already know what this is.
But even in the depths of despair, only two things matter to me. The taste of blood-soaked flesh, and revenge upon one man. Shepard Artorias! On that day, the world began to change. Men and beasts possessed by evil spirits, hunting and killing anyone they could.
This game does not need a remaster. I'm gonna say this here. This does not need a remaster. Because honestly, bro, like, if you played the old version of Beseria, it doesn't look that different. It really doesn't look that different. Like, I imagine there are going to be videos about like how it doesn't look that different, but as someone who has played the OG version of Beseria, it doesn't look that different.
It's not like I'm a human anymore. I'm a Therian, but I'll never give up. No matter how many times I have to try, I'll devour them all.
Even so, I've made my choice. I'm coming with you.
How can I repay you if you die?
That's the spirit. Don't give up just yet.
My wheel is mine to hold.
I follow my own will now, and I'm going to stop you.
I will have my revenge. Revenge for Lapisette! But those days we spent together...
Okay, so we're gonna stop it here. So one of the new add-ons that they're doing with this
is mine to hold.
I didn't think it was gonna go that far
I
back.
follow my own will now, and I'm going to stop you.
I will have my revenge. Revenge for Lapisette!
Okay, so one of the new things that they're doing, they're adding a destination icon. Whoop-de-doo! Oh no, oh no, guys, we have to make this game like $60 because we're adding icons on where to go in the game instead of it being like a little star on the map. Oh, dude, it's gonna tell you how many steps you take until you get there. Yeah, man, it's definitely worth the $60 you're gonna pay for this, or however much it's gonna be.
But those days we spent together in familial warmth,
and they add the original DLC, which, I mean, that's fine. I guess. Whatever. They have this too, which, I mean, okay.
Proof that all of us, were truly alive.
A flame burns in my heart, too. A flame I cannot quench no matter how hard I try.
My name is Velvet Crow, and I will devour demon, Moloch, and exorcist alike. I am a monster! I am a Therian! The Artorias!
Very well.
Oh, why is this lagging on here? What the heck?
It is time.
That was it. Why is it like stuttering like that? But yeah, so that's basically it. So, you know, yeah, man, yeah, you know, this is definitely worth like all the money that we're putting towards it by just adding a little thing to, like, you know, how many steps you got to take until you get to your destination. Once again, I don't think it's worth it getting remastered. I have a feeling that everyone here is probably going to agree. I haven't seen these comments yet, but let's see. Let's see what people are saying. Beseria is a 2016 game, and it's getting a remaster before Eternia, Rebirth, Abyss, or even Legendary. That's pretty absurd, and Beseria of all games... Exactly. Beseria does not need a remaster. It literally doesn't. Or, if they are going to remaster it, and I know they're not going to do this because... Let's take a peek here. Because, as you can see here, whenever they remaster games, and like there's like an older version, it'll say... This product is Tales of Beseria, originally released in 2016. A remastered version edition, Tales of Beseria Remaster, is also available. This version includes various quality of life improvements and a variety of downloadable content DLC. Please take a moment to review the book before purchasing. So, they have this, but like, and the thing is, it's $40. $40. And it's like, bro, if you guys are going to do this, at least for the people who have the older version of Beseria, just let them be able to like download this for free and not have to spend, you know, $40 on this if they already have the older version. But I know they're not going to do that because they're not going to do that. So I hope they don't delist the old version because, you know, if you just want to play the older version, because I do imagine this one will probably have issues. So just let us be able to play the older version and not have to spend $40 on the newer one. But like I said, Bandai's not doing that. Anyways, all right. While I was hoping for X2, Beseria is one of the best games in the series, in my opinion. So if you haven't played it, you should definitely give it a play because the cast and story here is fucking awesome. I mean, I agree. I like the cast of Beseria. Once again, am I following you? I haven't played that many Tales of games, but I like Beseria. I cried at the end of Beseria. You know, I'm not scared to admit that I cried. But yeah. Well, yes, people can go play the game right now. The remaster is kind of unnecessary. I think the reason why they're remastering is because it's not available on Switch, so there's an excuse. I guess that's true. I didn't even think about it that way, but yeah, I guess, but I guess. If I had to guess, X2 is probably in the works because isn't this like the 4 or 15 remastered facts? Velvet is so good main character. I think he meant to say such a good main character. Okay, so I didn't even think about it that way. I'm not gonna lie, but I guess there are people out there who only have a Switch and maybe they want to play this, but yeah. Might as well keep it going and just remaster Arise next. Now, mind you, Tales of Arise is not that old. That game came out like, I think 2021 or something. So it's not that old, but it's just funny that someone said that. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, they might do it next. Yeah, you think recent titles will be left until later. There are older entries which need time, work, and attention, and deserve remasters. Remake or remasters... Wait. That deserve remasters, remakes, or a release. What are Bandai thinking? It should have been Tales of the Abyss, Tales of Fantasia, or Tales of Innocence, etc. Yeah. Or can we get a new Tales of game? That's also true, because I think we're kind of overdue for one, but yeah. What I really wanted. Yeah? Dude, they can make so much money if we just remaster the PS2 games and just put them on newer consoles. I think that would be so cool if they did that, but apparently, you know, they're like, alright guys, look, we have a long list of games that we could remaster. You know, like, bro, my chair's falling apart. Like, we have a bunch of games that we have to remaster or could remaster to make the fans happy, but you know what we're gonna do? You know, we have Tales of Beseria essentially on everything else, but, you know, we could think of, like, the PS2 games, Tales of Rebirth, because someone, like, translated all of it, and we could probably just, like, incorporate that into the thing. No! Let's remaster Tales of Beseria. Yeah, forget all that. Beseria, because that's what everyone wanted. They wanted a Beseria remaster. Any updates on the games that you actually can't play on modern consoles right this second, like Abyss, Destiny, DC, or even the obvious next release candidate of X2? Oh, cool, that's awesome. Definitely can't wait for Tales of Rise Part 2 HD Remaster next. Definitely not X2 or Abyss or any of the other major PS Vita R versions. What? Yeah. Basically, what I was saying before, like, we checked out the comments about, like, how they could remaster Tales, or not remaster, but just put Tales of Hearts on modern consoles. Wait, add-on? How is it getting announced? One, before X2, and two, where is Abyss Remastered? You can literally just play Beseria and Beseria on PS5, and they're on PS4 too. Come on, yeah. Also, another thing, like I said, before I saw the comment about them wanting to put this on the Switch, which, once again, I didn't even, that thought didn't even process in my head, but that is true, but I don't know. I don't think there's, like, Switch fans who are, like, dying to play Tales of Beseria, because I don't think there is. But, hey, I could be wrong, and, I mean, obviously, if you've never played Beseria, like a lot of people are saying, it's really good. But it's just like, once again, just the fact that they're doing this over games that actually need one is kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. I love Beseria, but I was really hoping to see Tales of Abyss Remastered or some of the other PS2/PS1 games. Yeah. Once again, I don't know why they haven't done a remaster of like the first Tales of the game. Was it like Fantasia or something? The ones where it's like, to where it has Crest as the main character, because I genuinely think if they actually do that one like from the ground up and they make it, because I think that game is also like how normal Tales of games are. And I think if they remastered it and did it like in pixel instead of like in 2D or 3D, I think it would do really good, because that's the first game, you know, it would introduce more people to Crest and like the Tales of franchise. I think it'd be great. I think it'd be really great. And I would just love to be able to play a game that's like Tales of Destiny. That's like pixel arted. That's not a word. But yeah. Seriously, Beseria for Abyss, Symphonia, X2 Pro. We already have a Symphonia remaster, and it's not that good. Very cool, but the graphics look the same to me. Yeah. Yeah, they literally look exactly the same. I wonder if you get a free upgrade if you own the PS4 version, or maybe that's not how it works. I don't know, man. Nope. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I kind of thought about that being true, but that's stupid. That's actually stupid. That's really dumb. Discontinued upgrade path and save transfer for PS4 owners, right? This game should be played, if nothing else, for Christina's V's performance alone. I mean, once again, the game is really good. Like, I'm not arguing about, you know, you should play Beseria, but it's just like, you just buy the normal game. It goes on sale a lot of the time for like $9 or even less. Like, just do that and not wait a year for this. Especially, like I said, if they were adding more stuff to it, sure. Like, if you were able to play as Zavid or something, sure, I would be all in for it. Or they could do something really funny if they wanted to. So, slight spoilers for Beseria, but what they could do, it would be so cool. It would be so awesome if, like, after you beat the game of Beseria, because Beseria takes place before Beseria. So, it would be so cool if in this game they had a thing to where once the events of Beseria are over and there's like a post stuff you can do after it, to where like you're able to play as like Saray and like Nucleo and stuff and just explore the world of Beseria with those characters, but in the Beseria fighting. So that would be so cool, because then you could call that a remaster, because you're adding more things into it instead of just allegedly updating the graphics. Whoop-de-doo. But yeah, if they ever remake Beseria, just Keep this area the same way, but change the combat stats to like Beseria's, and I think it will go up in a lot of people's books. That's what I thought about because I was just thinking about like that'd be so cool. Of course, we don't know if that's gonna happen, but I'm not keeping my hopes up. But that would be cool if they did that. Why is Beseria before X2? Bruh, seriously, it was already mad accessible. Where is X2? Finally, Xbox version. Can't wait to replay it again. And once again, I don't know if this is a PS4 exclusive. I don't think it was, but it might have been. But yeah, are you serious? This game is available on Steam and the PS4 and runs fine on the PS5. This was for X2. My heart is breaking. Does that mean Beseria will also be remastered? Once again, I'm not gonna buy it if they remaster Beseria because I hated playing it just because of like the camera angles and just going from the peak that is Beseria to like the okay that is Zestiria. But yeah, I imagine it would though. X2 was announced already, but no date. My thoughts exactly. It's unnecessary. I love Beseria very much, but as I said, it's already available on modern consoles. Yeah. Yo, Tales of Rise Master Win. Seriously though, I did not expect to wake up to this at all. I would love a older one any day now. Exactly. Alright. I'm not reading all these comments because everyone's probably saying the same thing. Like, bro, this is fine. Like, it's cool. Beseria is great, but at the same time, you guys have a bunch of other things you could be remastering instead of just doing this. So, with that out of the way, I just want to quickly talk about this because it's been irking me since I saw this trailer, and yeah, I don't get it. Just like, hopefully after Beseria, they actually just remaster Abyss, or they remake it or something, which, honestly, I think they would have to remake it because since it was on the PS2, and I don't know, because Symphonia was on the GameCube, and they were able to keep that game the same, so they might just, whatever they do Abyss, they might just keep the same thing, as long as they didn't lose like the source code. I think they'll be fine, but they might just like increase the quality of the graphics and stuff and call it a day. But yeah. So to answer the question, does Tales of Beseria need a remaster? No, it does not need a remaster, because I imagine that once this comes out, like once this hits the store shelves, modders are probably just going to implement this stuff into the older version of Beseria. So that way, the people who already owned it don't have to spend $40 or $60 if they're buying the deluxe. So, no. And in fact, does not need a remaster. That goes without saying, obviously. Because, like, they didn't add anything else. They just updated the graphics and added DLC, which, once again, the modders are probably going to be able to just put all this stuff into the older version of the game, and that way you can save money and not have to chill out $60 or $40. But yeah, so yeah, Tales of Beseria Remaster, which is not needed, is coming out next year in February. Don't buy it. Honestly, don't buy it unless they introduce more things to it, which I don't think they are. I would say just buy the older one and just wait for modders to get this stuff into the older one and call it a day. But you know, I can't control your money. I'm not your financial advisor. Do whatever you want, but I'm not doing this. And this is coming from a big Beseria fan, but I cannot support this. But yeah, you know, well, there you go. So yeah, February of next year, February 27th. You know, if you've never played it, you could buy the remastered one or just buy the old one. Once again, I can't control what you do with your money, but I'm not supporting this. And hopefully, the next game we get as a remaster is not Tales of the Arise, because then I would actually crash out.